What's going on, people? Welcome back to Mandom Football. It's your boy here, Demeachnyc. As always, like, comment, and subscribe on the video as usual. Don't forget to check out the descriptions and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And definitely follow me at Mandom_football on Twitter. And then today, well, let's get into this because there's been so much talk of what's going on today in the transfer window. I mean, you can literally wake up in the morning and you'll see some new news wherever you are around the world. But today, let's talk about the guy I have been literally talking about for the last few days because I just threw it out in the air that, one of the kind players that I've been looking at to see, where he's going to go and what the movement was Ekitike. Let's go in reverse here. So a few days ago, right, Ekitike on this channel, I mentioned as a big player that's been going under the radar and I haven't seen that much movement of. The next day, right, it's been inquired that Newcastle have put in a formal bid for Ekitike for around about 70 to 75 million euros. I don't know off the top of my head. But then we made it clear that it seems like Ekitike could be joining Newcastle by the end of the summer transfer window, right? That is a huge move for a team like Newcastle, who already have the team like Anthony Gordon. They just got Anthony Elanga for about £55 million. And now he's going to be joining Alexander Isak. And to me, it seemed like Alexander Isak and Ekitike, to me, is a perfect storm waiting to erupt in the Premier League or a disaster, because it seemed like two players of the same exact silk are going to be playing with each other. And it just doesn't necessarily seem like a team where you can get both of them to be playing at the same time unless the formation is changed. Now, move a little fast forward now. We have now heard that Liverpool Football Club are now interested in getting Alexander Isak or getting Ekitike for however way they can do it. The strategy here, this is a chess match, right? Liverpool have played their cards very quietly and very shrewdly. Right, let's look at this from Liverpool. Liverpool need a striker. Darwin Núñez is set to leave this summer to go to Saudi. It seems like there are bids or there are talks between his camp and Liverpool and also with Saudi, one of the Saudi clubs that are interested in taking him. It seems like he's going to go, which is leaving an open slot for a striker to come into Liverpool. Of course, now it seems like they are eyeing a move for Alexander Isak, who has been a long-term dream target for not only Liverpool, but also for the likes of Arsenal as well. We know Arsenal are doing their own thing, but I have to mention Arsenal because they are also a team that have been looking to get Isak for quite a while, even on the higher list of Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko. Now we're in a situation where Alexander Isak, right, he is a player for Newcastle and he has a very, very high price tag on his head to be sold to anybody, basically, not just Liverpool, but pretty much everyone. We know Liverpool have just signed Florian Wirtz for around about 115 something pounds. So we know what the price tag is going to be if we can imagine what Isak's price tag is going to be. If we already know that Wirtz is worth 115 million euros or pounds, I don't know the difference, but let's just say 115, right? Same difference, whatever. So we know that Isak is definitely at Newcastle. It seems to me, based on the reports, that Newcastle are not going to be having him up for sale anytime soon, unless that price tag is, matched by Liverpool, right? Because it seems like Liverpool are really the ones that are willing to break the bank to get Isak from Newcastle. But the thing is, right, Newcastle want Ekitike. For me, I don't see why Newcastle would sell Isak now if they haven't even gotten Ekitike under the carpet. Meaning, why sell your best man? We all know Isak is a better player than Ekitike. Why would you sell Isak now when Ekitike is not even a guaranteed player to come to Newcastle? Also, why sell Isak when you could potentially have both of them on the team at the same time for next season? Because we already know what that can do to the rest of the league. That can change the entire dynamic of the league if you are to have both of those players at your disposal on the pitch at the same time. Also, I don't think, right, you are willing to get rid of Isak to Liverpool, knowing that Liverpool, if they get their hands on Isak, they most likely will win the Premier League again, and maybe again and again. Because let me make this very clear. Alexander Isak to Liverpool doesn't just win the Premier League, it smokes the Premier League. I mentioned that on Twitter not too long ago, that they will smoke the Premier League, right? This is a huge blow to teams like Arsenal, who were looking to get Isak a long time ago, but the time wasn't right. Logistically, they couldn't get him. It seemed like Newcastle were never going to sell them to Arsenal at the time. Mikel Arteta is a big admirer of someone like Alexander Isak. He's tried to sign him in the past, and for them to go from Isak to Victor Gyökeres, it's not that Gyökeres is not a bad player. It's just the fact that Alexander Isak going to Liverpool for whatever the price tag may be, it just seems like that is a big blow to Arsenal and pretty much the rest of the league from that standpoint of they just won the Premier League. They can literally do whatever they want with that money because they've just won the Prem. They've got a lot of prize money and a lot of money to spend, it seems like, if they're going to spend so much on Isak, which is at least 120 million for if I were to put a price tag on it. So I don't know what's going on here. It just seems like a lot of chess match and strategy is going on, while at the same time we've also have reports that a bid for Luis Diaz from Bayern Munich has been sent over this week, and it was rejected by Liverpool. It seems as though Liverpool are open to selling Luis Diaz, which I really can't wrap my head around it unless they're going to get a good replacement for him, which Liverpool are good at doing good business like that. But I think Luis Diaz is a quality player. I just don't see why they would sell Luis Diaz right now. Unfortunately, they lost a player in Diogo Jota, and they're kind of left with not that many options to choose from. Darwin Núñez is leaving. Salah is there. Cody Gakpo is still there, but Jota is no longer here with us, and Luis Diaz to leave. Who are they going to sign at any devastating level? Chiesa is still there. That's very true, but I don't know. What Liverpool are going to do if they are to sell Luis Diaz. They definitely have money to spend, but if you're going to spend that money for Isak, then the wage, the budget, everything is going to have to come into the mix because they're spending so much. I do think, though, what's going to happen is that Hugo Ekitike, the target for Newcastle, is going to end up at Liverpool because they need a striker, and it only makes sense for Hugo Ekitike to go to Liverpool. And then they're probably going to try and go for Isak next season for maybe less money. But I still think Newcastle is such a good team. I don't think that they should be looking to sell Isak anytime soon. He shouldn't be up for sale. And I just don't think the league could withstand a signing of Alexander Isak to Liverpool for any reason necessary. I mean, there are teams that are definitely going to be much better next season, but the drastic one, the nail biter, the nail in the coffin is going to be Alexander Isak to Liverpool, regardless of whoever anybody signs. That is just going to be an unbelievable, devastating attack in itself. So, listen, let's figure this out. What do you guys think is going to happen? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen on Twitter, on Instagram, because this is getting unbelievable. Other reports are saying that there is definitely some tension between Arsenal and Victor Gyökeres for that signing to go through. The Here We Go is confirmed coming soon by Fabrizio Romano, but we don't know when that's going to come. That could happen pretty much at any given time as I'm even recording this video. So let's see what happens. the transfer market is just unbelievable right now. Bakayoko has just signed to a new club, so there's so much movement going on right now. Follow me on Instagram, like, comment, and subscribe on the video as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.